What's going on, everybody? We're gonna go live tonight. What is going on? 4 people on here already. Didn't expect that. All right. How's everybody doing? Every time I get on here, I turn this light up. Hopefully everybody's doing well tonight. I don't know what's going on with my camera here. Get this light. There we go. Make it a little bit brighter. Something going on. So I don't know where all my questions. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Much better. I got 7 people on here. We're going to give it a minute for more people to get on tonight. So, Marathon Refrigeration, what's going on? Street Glider Rider 2020, what's up? Dallas Turner, what's going on? We got 22 people on here now. So we're going to be talking about something, a topic that I think everybody's going to be pretty much interested in. We're going to get into it. I'm not going to just keep you waiting. I'm going to make sure everybody has a chance to log on. It's a minute and 20 seconds now at the 2-minute mark. I'm going to get to talking. All right, so let me go back. The Real New York, I see him. Hold on, let me back up a little bit. Bobby Wilson, what's going on? The Real New York, what's going on, man? Tennessee Tanker, how you doing? Tony Colon, how you doing? Hey, Tony. Street Glide Rider 2020, how's the family? They're doing good. What happened? KC Motorsports, what's going on? Box Stang, how you doing? Bristol Box Stang 40. Okay. Jimmy Flowers, how you doing? BC Truck, BC Blades, what's going on? Nolan Holyfield, how you doing? Tony Robinson, what's up, Tony? Fred, what's going on, Fred? Anthony, Willie Wright, Richard Walker, Brian Across, Kenny Lewis. I don't think I missed anybody in there. Got 60 people. Oh, well, there's more people coming in. 60 people on here. So I want to say hello to everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? We're going to get into this video. Got a video. Usually I would have made this into a regular video, but I'm going to talk about, I am really not liking this light. I don't know what's going on today, but I want to talk about riding a motorcycle and how you can save some money on your next long distance motorcycle trip. Well, if you're interested in that, I'm glad you joined the conversation. We're going to have a conversation. I got some notes here. I'm going to tell you some things that I did to save some money. And I also like to hear from everybody else on this side to see what's going on. And I'm sure you guys can give them some tips on how to save. I have a pretty good riding community here. Over here in the section, we got over 65 people, and they are more than happy to tell you. So Paul says it's dumping rain here in Cali. Oh, I thought it never rains in California. Well, that's Southern California, right? Buck Brown, what's going on? Simply Stacy, how you doing? Rob, over 9,000. What's going on, Rob? Alfonso Dennis. All right, let's go. So this is what we're going to do. Let's start off with this right here. So first of all, guys, I'm talking about riding a motorcycle and how you could save some money. A lot of people are interested in traveling across country on their motorcycle, but they don't know what it will cost. And, I'm not going to get into what all the great details on what it cost me, but let's just say rough estimate, when I left here and I went out to California and back, I was going for 20 days. It cost a little under $2,000. And the reason how I did that so cheaply was, that's for 20 days. That was under $100 a day. It's because some of the tips that I'm going to tell you in here. Now, $2,000 is not cheap. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that going on the road for 20 days, eating and lodging, it usually is more than $100 a day. So I did it. I'm going to share my tips and tricks with you with that. Secondly, now, if you just want to run to the other side of the country, I did when I came back in 57 hours, then that whole trip cost me 2.5 days, that cost me $720. That was gas and hotel. Now, I stayed in some expensive hotels. I'm not going to lie to you. I was on the road 10, 11, 12 hours a day. So, no, 10, 11, 12 hours. I was on the road 18 hours a day. So, when I went to lay down, I went to lay down in a nice, comfortable bed. So that was a little bit more expensive. But now that that's out the way, so I want to tell you how you can save money when you are traveling across country or on a long distance road trip. All right, I have some notes right here. I'm going to read my notes. Start off reading my notes. All right, we'll start with number one, how to save money. Number one is camping out. It's cheaper and it's just a whole lot less expensive than a hotel. We stayed at KOA campgrounds. If you had a tent, you could stay, and it would be even cheaper than that. But we stayed at the KOA campgrounds. We stayed in the cabins. The cabins prices were ranging anywhere as low as $55 a night on up to $120 a night. Now, the cabins that we stayed in, they did not have I just saw a comment wrong with Noodles. Yeah, you can do that. The cabins that we stayed in, they did not have bathrooms. It was just basically, it had air conditioning, it had one even had a little refrigerator, stuff like that. But it is a primitive cabin. But here's the great thing about, we stayed at KOA and they had bathhouses where you could take a bath with a restroom. You had a pool, you had a laundry facility. So they had everything you need. And sometimes, at $55 a night, when you're making your way across country and that's not your final destination, you're just laying down for the night, that's not bad at all. That's a good way to save money, is staying in those cabins. Even cheaper is if you stay in a tent. But we didn't have a tent. So that's the number one thing. Because that's the number one thing that you're going to spend money on is hotels. Even if you ride, staying somewhere, even if you ride 1,200 miles a day, it's still not going to be the cost of a hotel. That's going to be the most expensive thing, hotels, period, hands down. All right. So now with that being said, let's go. And then some of them was up to from $55 to $129. And, so not cheap, but definitely cheaper than a hotel. Number two, how you can save money when traveling across country. This is tips and tricks to save money. Number two, and this is the most important one, and you're going to hear this over and over and over again. Travel with friends. They can help you split the night stay. Now, for instance, me and my dad and my Uncle Reggie traveled, and me and my dad and Leonard traveled, and Uncle Reggie traveled, and me and my dad and my uncle traveled. We all traveled plenty of times. And if you're staying in a $55 a night KOA cabin going across country, literally we're paying $18, roughly around $18 to stay. That is way cheaper than getting a hotel room. And you're just laying down. You have your bed, you have, like I said, you have the washroom, you have all that stuff, and you're literally just laying down to move on to the next location. And by the way, hanging out at the campground at nighttime, making a fire, just sitting back in the chairs around the campsite, that is just an awesome time to do that. So guys, if you ever get a chance to experience that, make sure that you do that. Seriously, the KOA cabins, that is the great thing to do. So, all right, I'm on number two. I'm going to get to number three in just a second. Let me ask some questions here. Someone said, I knew you was going to say that. I don't know. Oh, okay. We're talking about, I guess, the cabins. I went to the West Coast in Canada, and a hotel stopped it. It was too expensive. See, that's what I'm talking about. Hotels are sometimes too expensive. Someone said a blanket and a stick. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Slept on the street glide before. I took a nap on the street glide before, but I've never actually slept on the street glide. So, what up to all from California? Yeah, what's going on? Camping is a great one. Hammock and a sleeping bag are pretty light. That's true. That's true. All right, so we're going to get back into it. Then I'm going to get back to what I'm saying. So let's go to this one. Number three, how to save money. Shop together with your road buddies. Now, what I mean by that, by shopping together with your road buddies, is you can eliminate the cost of your trip. There's no need, if I'm carrying detergent to wash clothes, for somebody else that's traveling with you carrying detergent also for them to wash their clothes. They can take that money and buy things for the community. For instance, if I buy the detergent and we need some off bug spray, then you buy the off bug spray. Don't buy multiple things. Things like that could, when you're traveling together as a group, then don't carry multiple things. There's certain things that you can use as a community, and just share it. There's a lot of things that you can share. And you really can even, that helps you save money, helps you save space in your motorcycle when packing. Now, I know everybody wants to, we'll just talk about space real fast. I know everybody wants to be the guy who has the tire repair kit and the inflator and all this stuff. But if your buddy has a tire repair kit and an inflator, and it can help you save space, I'd like to be the one with it. But, I don't think that everybody in the group needs to carry that. And that's the same with things that you pay for. So let's talk about this. We're gonna go here a little bit further, and I'll explain that just a little bit more about not buying multiple things. Okay. All right. So number 4, this is a really good one right here where you can save money. We save 10% right here. Sign up for rewards programs. You can get discounts and points towards another night's stay, and we save 10% at KOA. It was like I don't remember, so don't take it to be the law or whatever. Check with KOA, but it was like $29, I think, and you got 10% off every night stay. So we stayed over 14 nights. Some of the places was $129, some of them was $55, but we still got 10% off of our stay. And that right there, over 14 different nights, we definitely saved more than our $29. So sign up for stays like KOA, get the discount. And if you're going to stay at a hotel, Marriott Rewards, Hilton, or whatever else, Best Western, Days Inn, I don't even know. I'm sure there probably still is a Days Inn, but sign up for that. Sign up for those rewards, because that will save you money. That would definitely save you money. And most people have a rewards program for their hotels. Speaking of hotels, number 5, use a third-party website. Now, when we booked hotels, I used to use Priceline.com. There is an issue with Priceline.com why you got to be careful of using it. But I literally stayed in a 5-star luxury resort on the Vegas Strip, looking right down the center of the Vegas Strip on the 55th floor for less than I could book an economy hotel in Las Vegas by using Priceline. And the thing is, you just have to, sometimes you might not know exactly what hotel it's going to be, but it will, it'll tell you the range, it'll tell you what star it is, and I saved a ton of money. So Priceline, Booking.com, and things like that. And again, I saved a ton of money doing that. So that's number 5. All right. So with that being said, I got more here, but I'm going to go back to the questions. Alfonso, get a going and pull a trailer. Alfonso, come on, man. Come on. I like the second part of that, Alfonso. No, I'm just messing with you. All right. I'm learning a lot. I never thought about detergent, bug spray, and such. Yeah, man. You gotta share it when you can. And it's to travel cross country on the cheap. You're going to do it cheaper with somebody than than going solo. Guarantee every time. And most of these have something to do with sharing. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that. I got to have my own room though. Okay, Tom, I understand if you're going to your own room. I understand. But you could do it cheaper with a friend. I mean, maybe you got somebody that you don't mind sharing a room with or whatever, family members or somebody. If you jump the fence, it's free. Okay. Make sure you cut your toenails so your buddy doesn't have to look at them. Yeah, I don't know. You need to be a good partner to stay with. You can't be someone that's cutting their toenails and all that stuff. Yeah, okay. The rewards programs are the best, and they are the best because sometimes you can get a free night stay. If you stay at a hotel like 2 or 3 nights in a row, then you might have another free stay coming to you soon for that trip or your next trip. All right. I have this ain't got nothing to do with it. I have the fastest bike, my V-Star 650. I only had to put the pedals on it to make it Heels easy. Okay. All right. So let me get back to it. I'll get back to it. We're going down here. I see. All right. So now, number 6. It has something to do with what I just said, but a lot of people, you have to look very closely. Find you a good credit card that has rewards. Rewards. If you have a credit card that has rewards, literally, you're going to spend the money anyway. If you come home, you can pay it off or whatever. This is not financial advice. I don't give financial advice. But if you have a rewards credit card, some of those places give you 3 points on gas, 3 points on 3 times the points on restaurants, 3 times the points on stays. So you're using your money anyway. So all that is going to add up. All those gas stops are really going to add up and going to help you get more rewards that you can use. Sometimes credit cards have them to redeem later for cash, and sometimes they have it where you can redeem for stays, and sometimes they have it like I don't know if I should say that. You'll know what I'm talking about. Sometimes they have it where you can get accessories and stuff from using a certain brand of credit card. Well, at least they had that a while back ago. So yes, if you're going to pay with a credit card, and you really can rack up the points and extra stuff with that. And if you was going to pay cash, just pay off the credit card when you get home. That's the plan. All right. Now, and some of them literally will give you, if you use certain credit cards, will give you a free night stay. And those are great. All right. Number 7. Before I get to number 7, let's see what I got over here. Tony says, "Oh man, you jumping way to what I'm about to say anyway, Tony. So I'm gonna skip your comment because you're getting ahead of me. I would have to sell a lot of feet picks to ride to ride across country. What is wrong with him? All right. I like to find a nice cabin in Myrtle Beach for bike week. Here's the thing. I think people own to these cabins because a lot of these cabins are in these hotels, and they are, campgrounds, and people own to them because ever since I start publishing these videos about camping in cabins on motorcycle trips, I call and they're all booked. So that's the thing. I think a lot of motorcycle riders are staying in cabins now because the cabins is the cheapest way to travel. Hold on. All right, so we're going to get to what Tony just brought up here. Number 7, and this is a great one. This is really a good one. This is how you can save some money, especially if you're doing cabins, you're doing camping. Now, if you're at a hotel and there's no way to cook anything, you can't save any money. But here's the thing. Well, there is on the second part of this. Eat like a family. If you're out riding a motorcycle with your friends and you're traveling cross country, eat like a family. There was a time, I'll tell you this story, when we were in Chincoteague Island. It was me, my dad, my sister, my brother-in-law, my cousin, my other cousin, and my other cousin, and I think 2 more cousins. Oh, and my uncle. We were all on the bikes going to Delmarva Bike Week, Ocean City Bike Week. We were staying in these cabins, and we went to the grocery store to get something to eat because we were staying in cabins. They have a refrigerator, have a stove, and we were just going to cook out, eat steaks and all that type of stuff. Well, we got there and we all jumped out of the truck, went all our different ways into the Walmart there. One person was getting steaks, one person was getting bacon, one person was getting eggs, one person was getting beans and hot dogs and stuff. And people were getting multiple. Some people were getting like duplicate stuff, coffee, this kind of coffee, that type of coffee or whatever. And we all left out with buggies full of stuff when it would have been better. And actually we did on the next trip. It's better if you take your time and see who's getting what, so you're not buying multiple things. For instance, one person buys the bacon, somebody buys the eggs, somebody buys the bread, somebody buys the orange juice, and you come together just like a family and eat like that. You can save a ton of money. But that's if you have a stove and a refrigerator and all that. But here's the thing. If you don't have a stove and a refrigerator, this is how you save money right here. If you go to a restaurant like KFC, where you could get a bucket meal and something that feeds 5 or 6 people, that's always going to be cheaper than if everybody goes and get their individual thing. If you go to a restaurant where they have pizza, get you two large pizzas, whatever, that's always going to be cheaper than everybody going out and buying individual stuff. Community food is definitely the way to go when you're trying to travel on a budget. Community food definitely save you some money. Definitely would save you some money. You guys don't know this. When we were, we wasn't even traveling out of town. Well, we was out of town, but we was just on a trip. When we went down to Chick-fil-A, they had like 4 different kinds of chicken wings or whatever. And if y'all saw that Chick-fil-A video, I bought like 10, and Harold bought 10, and Larry bought 10 or whatever. And we just, tried each other's, different flavors or whatever. And we could have bought our own or whatever, but it's always cheaper when you share and eat together as a family. They do have wings, Tony. They have wings. It's always cheaper together when you eat. I mean, always cheaper when you eat together as a family. It saves. Hey, thank you, Duke. I appreciate that. So that's a tip. Eat like a family, save you some money. If you can cook something that everybody can eat and eat together and save money. So always a good thing to do. And if you're staying at those cabins, you can cook at the cabins. And after being on the road for a long time, you're tired of eating road food anyway. You're tired of eating that. All right. So now let me get to this. Let's see. Number 8. Got number 8. And before I get to number 8, I'm going to read some of these comments over here. What's up, Randall? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to hear from you, Weston. How you doing? Need to have a shopping plan. Otherwise, you end up with 20 pounds of beef and no bullets. I think that actually happened one time. That's pretty funny. Yeah, you're exactly right. Okay. Run for the wall, made California, December, and back going 6,000 miles, hotels, all the way. They have some group deals, though, so it's cheaper. Okay. I regret. Okay. All right. Guys, so has anybody here, before I read the next couple ones, any tips that you guys want to share on the platform here on the chat that I'll read for all the viewers and subscribers that's actually trying to learn how to do this better? I'd like to see you do a long A1A ride. I'd love to see me do a long A1A ride. I love that. Probably one of my favorite vids. That is an awesome road. Tom, good to travel with the cool guys. Last year, coming from Tennessee, my card kept declining, and the guy I rode with paid for my gas going home. Bring cash. That's good. That's right. A lot of places don't allow bikes. I've never ran into a place that didn't allow bikes. And plus, if they don't allow your bike, why would you, I wouldn't want to spend my money there anyway if they have something against bikes. Hey, that's funny. He said that. Chump said this. Stop by Dollar Tree on the road for spices. He is not lying at all. Let me tell you something. When we was at the cabin, no, you're not bringing a spatula with you. You're not bringing a pot with you. You're not bringing a cup with you, more than likely. When we was at that cabin, I went to the Dollar Tree. I got me a spatula to flip pancakes. I got literally everything I needed, a spoon and all that stuff for like $5. Everything that I needed. And the thing is, it only costs $1. So you don't have to feel so bad if you discard it, which I know that's wasteful, but you don't have to feel so bad if you discard it after you leave. That's a good tip, Chumps. Thank you for the tip. All right. So here we go. Throttle. Okay. Order off Chick-fil-A kids menu. Yeah, I do that all the time, Tony. Tent camping has made my trips a lot cheaper. Weston, I'm telling you, a whole lot cheaper. A whole lot cheaper. All right. So now let's do this. I got 138 people on here right now. Let's talk about this next tip. You got a motorcycle, you're traveling across country, you have to save money by using Gas Buddy. Gas Buddy is how you save money on gas. I'm telling you. Put in Gas Buddy, download that to your phone, put in Gas Buddy, and it will take you to the cheapest gas around. And I think I use a couple of them, but I think Gas Buddy is the one that shows premium. One of them doesn't show premium, but we all use premium for our motorcycles, so most of us do, I think. So Gas Buddy is the one will show you the premium price. So you should always use Gas Buddy. Gas Buddy. Has anybody used that? Put that in the comments below. I see Duke says Gas Buddy. True that talk. Anybody? Alfonso says slow bike down from 85 to 70 and save on gas. Alfonso, I just made a video showing the difference between riding it like I normally ride and staying at 70 miles per hour. And I didn't get that much difference in fuel costs. So you have to go back and look at that video. Randall says him and his wife use it all the time. Yes. Duke says Costco. I use Sam's. Sam's is a good place to get gas. If you can find a Sam's, usually Sam's or Walmart will be, and I'm going to say this, Sam's or Walmart will be the cheapest gas price you can find, but it will also be the cheapest gas you can find. So don't leave it in your bike. I don't recommend that. I recommend if you're riding your bike and you're going to run that gas out within that day or the next day, I would say I would put Sam's gas in my bike. Other than that, I'm not really going to leave Sam's gas in my bike. Walmart has non-ethanol. Not my Walmart. I wish they did. Yeah, that's okay. So Free Behind Bar says Walmart has 91 non-ethanol. That's good. Gas Buddy works at both. Sam's and Costco are both good. Walmart has everything and it's everywhere. That's true. All right. Oh, thank you, George. I appreciate that. Okay. So before I get to the last one, I love hearing where everybody's from. We got 144 people on here today. And by the way, guys, I shot a video today that I'll be editing tomorrow. And it should be out tomorrow. But I just want to do this. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But sometimes. But a video, it should be out tomorrow. So everybody that I have on here right now, 154 people, I always like to know, even though I probably know what you ride personally, will you put in the section right here, the top chats, put in where you from and what you ride. Bristol, Tennessee, Brandon, Mississippi. Okay, they already jumping the gun, but you didn't put in what you ride. Brandon, Mississippi, Bristol, Tennessee, Amelia, Virginia, Clinton, Michigan, Street Glide, South Carolina, Street Glide, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, CVO Limited, Alabama, Kawasaki, Vacario, Ohio, Ultra, Fort Worth, Texas, 18 Road Glide. Michigan, I need a group ride to run to the hills on my Road King. Yes, you do. Colorado. Hey, and don't worry about that because a lot of people, they'll meet up with you. There's always people coming from Michigan. Man, they're coming so fast now. Johnny Simmons, Saginaw, Michigan, Staten Island, Columbus, Street. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of people. Now, guys, I want you to see this right here. I want you to see all these comment sections right here. Now, I'm giving you these travel tips for traveling and saving money. And there's a motive behind it. It's just a clear motive because there's two things that I want you to do. Two things that I want you to do. In March the 10th, I got one more comment here. March the 10th. Oh, thank you, Duke. He's a noob. Well, Duke, go to the Harley dealership. They got one over here in Canada. I see you paying with Canadian money. So check out the Harley dealership. Go over there and check out one of those street glides. I know these guys will say road glides, but go sit on one of those street glides. But and thanks again for the donation. But what I'm getting you ready for is because all these people just put in all these places where they're from and whatever. There will be a lot of people coming to Run to the Hills too. Last year, we had people from California. We had people from Michigan. We had people from Texas, people from New Jersey, people from DC, people from all over the place. And when it gets closer to time, I will make another announcement and a lot of people will get together in the chat section right here and start making arrangements so they can travel together. So I want you to be able to travel together, and I'm always trying to help people do more travel so you can save some money and make it lighter on yourself. And that's why I was giving you those travel tips, because I don't want you to miss Run to the Hills 3. I said 2. Run to the Hills 3. However, before Run to the Hills 3, Daytona Beach is where I'm going to be hosting with Harley-Davidson, the Traveling Tall Harley-Davidson Custom Bike Show. It's going to be March the 10th in Daytona Beach, Florida. I think it's March the 10th. I have to check my calendar, but I'm pretty sure it's March the 10th, and it is going to be awesome. So I love to see everybody there. If you can make it there, oh, thank you, Alfonso. Appreciate that. If you can make it there, if you can make it down to Daytona Beach for the custom show, it's my first time hosting a show, and I'm really excited about this. So if I could get everybody who watches the channel support to be there, that would be awesome. And we'll hang out. We're going to hang out. We're going to have a good time. The food on that road is awesome. The environment is awesome. And someone is just talking about riding down A1A. We got to ride down A1A. Have to. So it's going to, that's the plan. That's the plan. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm giving you all these travel tips. I'm giving you all these things. But most importantly, in the community, you will see where people are talking about coming to Run to the Hills and coming to other events. There's been a lot of people that linked up and rode down together that didn't even know each other. And so I know that there will be more people to do that this year. And later on, I'll make a video telling you about the travel plans, and hopefully a lot of people will make friends again and ride down together. And again, guys, it's always cheaper when you do stuff, like Tom 202 said, he doesn't stay in a hotel room with anybody else. So I understand that. So you might not save any money on that part, but maybe you could save some money other ways or whatever. But if you guys ride down together, it's always a good time. But I want to see you guys at Daytona Beach, and I want to see you Run to the Hills too. And there's more stuff going on. Excuse me. There's more stuff going on, but I can't tell you about all the details yet. Oh, thank you, Box Dang. How do you plan your hotel cabin stops, way ahead or day to day? Oh, that's funny. Now I got to tell you this, because my friends who's watching, I know he's watching. And everybody who's watching, my family, they're going to say, yep. So, all right. Yeah. So here's the thing. Somebody, I'm not going to say any names, but they was like, hey, Tall, we're going to go on this trip. We're going with you. So you need to call us and let us know about the hotel accommodations. Let us know about the hotel accommodations. And I'm like, man, that trip's way off in March. I mean, you know what I mean? It was still December. And they was like, yeah, but we need to know. We got to make sure that we get our stuff set up and whatever this and whatever that. And I was like, man, listen, you've known me long enough that I don't really, sometimes I'll be going across country, and I have literally been in the hotel lobby making reservations where I'm staying that night. And, I do things like that all the time. Yeah, I know he's laughing. I do things like that all the time. It doesn't bother me, but I know some people need to plan things way ahead in advance. So, yeah, I know you just asked me that question. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to try to do better at that. And I'm definitely going to give you guys the host hotel in advance, so you'll know, at least you'll have it at least by the middle of February where the host hotel is going to be. I wouldn't do you guys like Leonard said, true. I wouldn't do you guys like that. You know what I mean? So I will give you the information about Run to the Hills, where we're going to stay. But I always did things like that. I don't know. It's a sense of excitement, adventure, or whatever. So that's just something. That's CT says, same here, Tall. That's how we roll. We just like adventure. It is what it is, right? All right. So now let's go back to my list here, because I'm way off the list. And then we're just going to we're at 34 minutes. We're going to get into a question. We're going to just open it up for random questions. All right. So number 9, and the last one to save money on your travel. Number 9. And this is not for everybody. Ask about veterans discounts. You can save, if you're a veteran, at hotels. You can save at restaurants. You can save at tourist attractions. If you're going to, where were we going? We were going into Grand Canyon, and I was the only one. I'm not a veteran, but my dad's a veteran. My uncle's both my uncles are a veteran. I don't think he minds. My brother-in-law is a veteran. My cousins are veterans. So when they went to the Grand Canyon, my dad and uncle went to the Grand Canyon. All they did was show their veterans ID and they got in for free. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Don't forget to bring your ID if you're a veteran. There's a lot of things that you can get, and that could save you money. And therefore, when you save money, you can ride more. Save it for the next trip. So, yep. All right. Alfonso says, I always ask for the military discount. That's good. Now, the good thing about that, everybody I ride with, they always ask for the military discount too. So I've seen it at one time. It doesn't matter. KOA, they did 10% off for the card and 10% off for the military discount. But all the KOAs didn't do that. So there's only like a few of them that did. So that's actually 20% off. All right. All right, guys. So I'm not going to end it here. Don't bring your spouse, save on food, Tony said. All right. I'm not going to end it here. Let's just switch gears, and we're going to make this latter part open question. Whatever y'all want to ask, let's just make it an open question. So let's switch gears to whatever y'all want to ask. Ask me whatever, and then we're going to end it in probably about 10 minutes after that. All right. Benjamin says you always get great deals when you plan ahead. Oh, how do we get on the Run to the Hills ride? Show up. That's all you do. That's all you do. Showing up. Guys, there's no charge or anything like that. The only charge that would be for Run to the Hills would be if you go to the banquet. And I have not released the banquet tickets or the dates and stuff like that for the banquet yet. And the other thing that I have, and I've told you guys before, if I manage to get the track where we're running on the track, then that would be a cost to get in the track. But besides that, Run to the Hills is completely free. And if you don't want to do the banquet, you don't want to do the track, do not let that deter you from coming. You can ask all the rest of the people on here that did not go to the banquet. They had a blast because we still hang out. We have a blast. It's always a good time. The banquet was just cool because we had drawings, we had prizes, we had everything, and had some good food. So, all right. Will you ever go back to a sport bike? No, I won't leave a Harley-Davidson and go back to a sport bike. But however, I do like, what is that? Ducati. It's a Ducati. I forget. Ducati, whatever. It's a beautiful sport bike. But no, I wouldn't leave Harleys for sport bikes. Once you gliding, you realize that that's where it's at. Being able to pack up a bike and ride in comfort. And now I have power too. There's no need to go back to a sport bike. All right. The banquet is awesome. It's worth the money and time. Well, thank you. Is the cookout free? Last year when I had the cookout, it was something that I wanted to do for my appreciation. And it was not a cookout. It was just like sandwiches and water and chips. I just wanted to show my appreciation to my viewers and subscribers. So that's something that me and my family, we wanted to do. So yeah, we had ham sandwiches, turkey sandwiches, chips, water, something else, just a little something, just for people to show our appreciation and just people to refresh themselves halfway on the trip. So I don't know if we're going to do that again this year. It just depends on where we do the ride this year. Okay. Where in Daytona is the bike show going to be there for the first time and don't want to miss it? It's going to be at the close to Bethune-Cookman College campus. And I think the road is called Mary McLeod Bethune. It's in the middle of Daytona. And yeah, I want you to be there. Definitely be there. What dates Run to the Hills? I missed that. I think Run to the Hills is June 10th and 11th and 12th. And I'll have to check. But I said that on one video and it hasn't changed then. So that's when Run to the Hills. It's going to be in June. Hey, Tall, hope all is well with you. Is a road glide in your near future. Keep those great videos coming. Don't say a word, Tony, if you're still watching. I can't answer that, Stuart. Can't answer that right now. Tall, but thanks for the question. Tall, do you ever ride with the Blue Ridge Parkway all the way from Cherokee to the end of, oh my goodness. I plan on doing that this year, Blue Ridge Parkway, all 400 and something miles on the street glide this year. This is the year for that. And I'm going to stay on the Blue Ridge Parkway in a hotel. I'm going to take about 2 or 3 days. I'm going to make content the whole way. And those are going to be long riding videos. And I'm going to open it up for if someone wants to go with me, they're more than welcome to go. Okay. So, Tall, do you ever, okay, stage 2 or no? Is it worth the price? Yeah, stage 2 is worth the price. A cam in your motorcycle will totally change the way your motorcycle is. It will totally change your bike, and it's not so radical that it will lessen its reliability. There's certain things that you can do to a motorcycle that will make it less reliable. My bike is completely built. Zippers Performance did a fantastic job, but everybody, wow, I don't want to say it that way, but everybody has different issues with big bore kits and different things like that. But I had total confidence in the product and the people that did mine, and I know it was done right. So if it's done right, it won't be a problem. But if it's done wrong, it could be a big problem. So, but a stage 2, I think there's a little bit more, there should be no room in error at all, but I think there's a little bit more room for error, and they're so common that people do it all the time. So I think a stage 2 is a good upgrade for your motorcycle. That's my thought. All right. What do you think of the new HD350 sport bike? It's not an HD350 sport bike. I don't know. I don't know where you got that from. But I think I know what you're talking about, and that is the bike only for training that they're going to be due for training, and that is it's been all over the internet. So it's a little 350 that they're going to be replacing the 500 for. At least I don't know. I read it off the internet. That's what they said. All right, on the dark side. Okay, don't know what you mean there. The same road of the Indian dealership. No, it's not. It's no, it's over there, Bethune-Cookman College. It's an HBCU. And it's over there. It is awesome. The food's awesome. It's just a good time, and I want to share it with everybody. So we're going to have a great time. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's invited. Should we come down Thursday for fun, or for fun to the hills, or should we come down Friday? I'm going to let you know. If I get the track, it might be Thursday. I might not even have. We might have to get a track in Chattanooga. I might not be able to get the track in Knoxville. I've called and called and called and called. I don't know why he's not answering the phone. But we might have to get the track in Chattanooga, and Chattanooga is not far away. Chattanooga literally takes you on the bike 105 miles down there, and we can run on the track around there or run on the track in Crossville and make an event out of it. So I'll let you know closer to time. So if I can find out. And what I mean by that, guys, I'm not talking about track bikes. If your bike can't run 100 miles, if your bike cannot run 100 miles, you don't even show up to the track, because it's not a race bike thing. And we don't want race bikes. We want people with real bikes that they ride every day just to get out and have fun and see what they do. If you saw some of these videos and people are running their motorcycles, and a whole lot of this and that or whatever else, we ain't here to run our mouth. We there to run our motor. Just going to have a good time. We're going to be polite. We're going to be friendly. We're going to be friends afterwards, and we're going to run our motorcycles. And they won't be race bikes. They're going to be everyday riding bikes. And I guess the litmus test would be, if your bike can't make it 100 miles, because even if we're not going straight to the track, if your bike can't make it 100 miles on pump gas, you're not even going to be able to line up and run with anybody else. This is going to be a race against friends who race against other bikes that are built for the highway that happen to be performance bikes. So yeah. Okay, Chump says they have an 8 mile track in Chattanooga. I may stay down there. Chattanooga is a good little way from Knoxville. It's like it's 105 miles. So Chumps, and some of the events might be late to run to the hill. So I don't really want you to ride in that dark highway back by yourself. Maybe you should stay a little bit closer to Knoxville for the other events. We go down to Chattanooga. That'll be in the daytime, or we'll be riding together as a pack. I'm just trying to look out for you there. right, you don't need a track, bud. Just go to the Dragon. You can't run those speeds I'm talking about on the Dragon. You lucky if you get, yeah. We try and listen. At the end of the day, I'm trying to get everybody to make it home. I'm not trying to get anybody hurt, and everything's right at your own risk. But I don't want anybody's loved one to come to Knoxville and get themselves hurt. We're going to go in a controlled environment where we're on the track and we have straight way ahead, a shut off lane, and all that stuff. So you're not putting yourself or anybody else in danger. Okay. All right. So I don't see any more. Okay. The Dragon, Tennessee Tanker, the Dragon. I don't see any more questions. I'm gonna take a few more, and then I'm gonna get off here because it's getting late. I save money on rides by staying with friends. That's a good way to do it. Flat Rock Motorsports Park near Crossville just started construction. Oh man, and that's a good one. That's the one you can see off the interstate, right? Flat Rock Motorsports Park. There's one right in Crossville, but there's one I think in Calhoun, Georgia, which is on the other side of Chattanooga, so that's not far away. Randall, my family's doing good. Everybody's doing good. We just enjoyed Christmas time together and we had a good time. If you guys don't know about the whole Harley-Davidson photos on the website with my dad being on the street glide and me being on the road glide on the Harley-Davidson.com, that has been a topic of discussion. We've had a good time talking about that, and we can't wait to see if there's anything new January the 18th. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you guys go to Harley-Davidson.com and check out those photos. And you might see me riding the other bike, the road glide, and my dad riding the street glide. So yeah, check those out. Box Thing, thank you for the donation. Wow. Okay. So let me answer your question. She says, what's your favorite road you've ridden so far? There was a road in California that I have absolutely no idea what the name of that road was. But I was riding the Pan America in Mojave, California, on this road that just cut along the side of the mountain. That was the most epic road I ever been on in my life. It was the best road ever. It beat the Cherry Skyway. It beat the Dragon. It beat Topanga Canyon. It beat what's that road out in Mulholland? It beat all of those roads. That was the best road I ever been on. The scenery was beautiful. The road was beautiful. Thank you, Duke. I appreciate that. Thank you. It was just the best road. So I would have to say that was number one. And then I'd have to come back to this side of the country, and Cherhala's nice. Foothills Parkway is probably in front of the Cherhala in my experience, but those are good roads. And for everybody who's been here to run to the hills, they had a chance to experience the Foothills Parkway, and it was really good. All right, so going to the Sun Road in Montana. I want to ride that. There were some pretty cool roads out in Denver. I didn't ride the $1 Million Highway. That would be a good road to ride. How's the nephew doing with riding? We had only that one session, and I know I need to get back out there with him because he might be getting rusty. So we got to get him back out there maybe this weekend. Checked out your dad's photo on the website. Thumbs up. Thanks, man. Are you planning any trips to Baltimore or Philly this year? I might even be there next week. I'm always up in Maryland. I mean, literally, I'm always in Maryland. I remember I've never been to Maryland before, like 3 years ago. I've never even been to the state. And now I probably go maybe 5 times a year, maybe more than that. I've been there a lot. And I love it up there. You guys got good food. That's weird. I didn't think that Maryland would have such good food, but they have really good food. Have you ever been to Americade? Very nice road and scenery. Nope, never been there. Steve says Huntsville, Alabama. Love Huntsville, Alabama. That is not the Rocket City. What do they call that? But anyway, they have a good restaurant it's a chain restaurant called the Metro Diner. So when I want chicken and waffles, I always go to that Metro Diner there in Huntsville, Alabama. That's the closest one to my house, which is like 2 hours away. Okay. Yeah, Zipper's Performances in Maryland. That's right, Tony. And guys, you know that guy right there, Tony Robinson, bootlegger Harley-Davidson. You guys seen him in a couple videos before. Actually, I was hanging out with him earlier today. So we got some things planned. We talked about some really good stuff. All right, coming to North Carolina soon, Tall. I go to North Carolina 3 or 4 times a year. So yeah, Lord willing, I'll be in North Carolina. Bay Area, plan on going to California this year with the family. That's the plan. Let us know the next time when you are headed to Maryland. I'll let you know. Usually I'm headed right to Zippers or whatever. And as we're getting, like we did the big bore kit on the blue bike on Memphis. We did the big bore kit on my street glide, and I might be going back to, well, we'll talk about that. There's always more. The Zippers Performance always has something. They're always doing something. And I like being a part of it. So, and when I release it, you'll see. There's always good stuff coming from Zippers Performance. Is your wife learning to ride? Yes. I taught her too on the little bike. Yes, I did. Now, she's not able to get out on the bike like, on the Road King or whatever, hit the street with it yet. But yeah, she learned how to ride too. And it's probably about time for another refresher for her too. Tall, if you do the Bay Area, spend some time on Highway 1. I did. Highway 1, and we did go to the Golden Gate. It was awesome. But more importantly, we went down Lombard Street, that very crooked street. That was really cool. Tom 202 says, I'm definitely getting a Zippers cam there 30 minutes away. Tom 202, I've been up there a million times and haven't. You got to have to stop by and see me up there sometime. Yeah, Zippers is good people. Okay. All right. All right, guys, I'm really, really, really going to end it. Okay, well, I'm at 51 minutes. And do you still want a Pan America? I should let Tony answer that. If he's still on here, Tony, answer that question. If I still want a Pan America, what did we talk about today? Most definitely, bro. Let me know when you go back. All right. Tony must not be on here anymore. But the answer is yes. Most definitely. I would like to. I just can't. I can't figure out. Okay, time to upgrade your sisters. We are working on the Pan America bike. Yeah. The thing is, I can't figure out how to get one. I mean, I got that bike, and I'm supposed to be getting another bike, but I'm trying to balance a couple of things. And I'd love to have a Pan America. I wish I'd love to have a Pan America. I would. I think I could make some really good content. I live in Tennessee. We have some good fire roads and trails. That's what I would be doing now in this season. This is the season for me to be riding off-road adventure stuff. And I would love to have a Pan America right now. So yes, that's the question then. Okay. All right, Tony. No, anti-boomer. We ain't doing that. No. All right. All right, guys. It's been a good night tonight. Well, they have one in Asheboro. They got one. They got two at Bootlegger Harley-Davidson that I was sitting on today. One being that yellow one, which I thought online, I said, that thing, I don't like the yellow at all. Then when I saw it in person, I was like, wait a minute, I kind of like this. I liked it a lot. And they had a gray, but I would love to have an all blacked out Pan America. I would. I think that would be so fun. Yeah, you got it right. Rocket City. Yeah, that's Huntsville, Alabama. Hey, Steve, the next time you're in Redstone, Harley-Davidson in Huntsville, Alabama, go and tell Nigel that Tall says hi. He probably don't even remember. When my channel was first starting out, he was nice enough because I was in there filming, and Nigel said, hey, let me give you a t-shirt. He gave me a free t-shirt, and I never will forget that because my channel had like 200 subscribers or whatever, not even a lot of people. And he really, I mean, that meant a lot because, you know what I mean? I don't know. It just always stuck in my mind. Not only did he give me one, he gave my brother-in-law one too. So yeah, tell Nigel, Redstone Harley-Davidson, that Tall says hi. All right. Will you ever do a bagger build? What do you mean? Like a bagger build? Like, Andrew, you're going to have to elaborate on that. Like, because my bike's been all the way down to the frame, completely down. And I took the whole thing from being a street glide standard to what it is now. But how much detail are you that in there. Duke says, great chat, Tall. Thank you, Duke. Hey, Tall, appreciate your videos. I'm out of Canada, and basically my Road King is hibernating in the garage, so I enjoy watching the videos. Keep the shiny side up. And you guys, last year, a year before, I tried to come on over to Canada. This year, the border's open, so Lord willing, I'll be able to get to Canada and see you guys. That is the plan this year. Guys, if we just hang in there a little bit longer, it is January the 10th right now, and February will be here before you know it. In March, and at least in Tennessee, March is when that weather starts kind of breaking a little bit. Just hold on a little bit longer. We'll be out. So right now, it's just the time to get your plans for what you're going to do and do your modifications on your bikes. I'm bringing the baggers to run to the hills this time. Okay. All right. Oh, like big wheel, fat tire build. I'm not, man. I don't want to say I'm not a big wheel fan. Because those guys, they look kind of cool, but man, I would have to have a ton of motorcycles before I had something like that, because I'm more into performance. You know what I mean? So like if I had a performance bagger, if I had a straight up touring bagger, if I had a Pan America, if I had like, a Cholo style bike, big wheel bagger would be so far down the line before I actually would want a big wheel bagger. I mean, there's a purpose for them. They, when you're going down the street and that big wheel is turning in the front and that bike is looking pretty cool, I understand that, but it's just my thing is, I think I would rather have other things before I had a big wheel bagger. And I'm not a fan. I know a lot of people are going to be mad at this because a lot of people got it done. It's not really my thing, that fat tire in the front. I just not really my thing, but a lot of people like it, but I think it looks good. I just wouldn't want it, All right. So Alfonso says, I'm not a big wheel fan, but I like the fat tire kit. Okay. So, all right. And Tennessee Tanker says, finally planning on getting out of town and riding all the way back home to Nashville next month if the weather's good. Yeah, that's the plan. The weather today was 55. I could have been out riding today, but it didn't warm up till like 3:30, and then the sun goes down like 5:30. So you have a very small window to ride. Okay. Well, guys, I've been on here for a while. I tried to keep it short. There is no chance that anybody's going to watch this whole video. But for those who did watch it while we're here right now, I want to thank you for those who started with me and finishing with me on the video. I also want to thank you for everyone who commented, everyone who, put something in the comment section and added to the chat. These conversations are always great. I always have a good time talking with you guys. But again, these tips that I come out with, I try to educate the rider on how to save some money and how to get you out there, get you gliding or just riding and doing what you do to make miles and make memories. That's the plan. And if we can save money doing it, that's the goal. Again, a reminder, can't wait to Daytona for the Custom Bike Show in Daytona. Can't wait to run to the hills. Custom Bike Show in Daytona, March 10th on Friday. Run to the hills, June the 10th, 11th, and 12th. And we're going to have a great time. So, guys, check out some of the other videos that I uploaded, and tomorrow I have a new video uploaded. And if you would hit that subscribe button just to be notified when these live videos come up, and the notification bell. Even if you had hit subscribe in the past, check subscribe and the notification, because I know my wife is subscribed to my channel, but she doesn't always get notified when I do a live video. And that's just how it is sometimes. So guys, again, I want to thank you for watching. Oh yeah. And you can also give me a follow at Real Traveling Tall on Instagram. Oh, let me say this. Shout out to Matt Laidlaw. I was watching a video and I was like, he said, and I looked, and he was talking about me, about congratulating me about the Harley-Davidson thing. So shout out to Matt Laidlaw. Thank you, Matt. If you're watching this, I doubt you're watching this up to 60 minutes. But if you're watching this, thank you, man. Thank you for the shout out. And another shout out to Riding and Wrenching. His video, he mentioned me too. And thank you, man. And hopefully I'll get riding and wrenching back to Run to the Hills 3. So he's always been a huge supporter of the channel. And shout out to you guys. Thank you to everybody who watches the channel. All right, guys, I want to thank you for watching. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more like it, please subscribe. Again, thanks everybody for the donation, and thank you again for your support. Don't forget to keep gliding, and as always, have a blessed day.